What is up, YouTube? My name is Evan, and today I'm going to be bringing you my League Challenge deck from this past weekend. It is for the expanded format, and this deck came in third place after 5 rounds. There was no top cut. I just decided to take placing from Swiss rounds. It went 3-1-1. That is 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. And honestly, the draw, had we had more time to play out the round, um, I was virtually guaranteed a win. I was in a very advantageous position. So, it's certainly possible I could have lost because we don't know. We can't prove what didn't happen. Essentially, yeah. It basically, had we had the time, I think I would have been 4-1. I feel pretty confident about that. So anyway, here we go. It's Seismitoad bats. We're running 4 Seismitoads. A lot of people ask why 4 toads. Basically, because I want to increase my chances as much as possible of getting that quicking punch off on my first turn. And extra toads later in the game aren't really problematic. They can easily be fed to Ultra Balls or pretty much anything you want. They can also be shuffled back into your deck to increase its size late in the game if you're worried about decking out, anything like that. As far as our Crobat Golbat family, we're running 4 Crobats, we're running 4 Golbats, and we're running 4 Zubats. I actually couldn't find another free flight Zubat, so I just ended up having to run one skill dive Zubat, and it didn't end up hurting me at all. But the free flight Zubats were pretty nice. The free retreats, those are handy. So normally, of course, I'd advise running 4 of those and expanded because free retreats are nice. Just in case you end up starting with them, you can easily retreat out to the Seismitoad. I also ran 2 Shaman EXs. They're just the best form of card draw for this deck. I ran 4 Sycamores because this is just, once again, the heaviest, most consistent form of draw power there is. You can, of course, run Juniper and expand it. I was just too lazy to switch them out. 2 Ns, because N is just pretty much 100% better than Birch. You're expanded. 1 copy of Judge. This is a nice little versus secret target in certain matchups. Under the right circumstances, it can be a pretty powerful way to keep your opponent down. I opted for 2 Skylas because her fetching power is obviously pretty good. On her worst day, she grabs like a versus seeker to get another supporter out of your discard pile or something, so that's not bad. AZ to pick up your bats and use them again, or heal up a Seismitoad, obviously. Lysander to pick up those KOs, or on a pinch, you can use it defensively too. And as a Rosic, this can pick off all kinds of nice things like double colorless energies and stuff like that. So it's a pretty good utility card. This deck definitely appreciates it. It's a good way to threaten your opponent when you battle compressor it into the discard pile. Because we do run 4 versus seekers, of course. I think a lot of decks really do now, but we are running 4. We run 2 battle compressors. You can Skyla for it on a rainy day, but I mean, generally speaking, you draw a little bit. You should find one of these. And oftentimes I was finding myself using the first battle compressor. I ditched like 2 supporters I needed and I already had access to the other one because I'd Ultra Balled it or something like that. So I ended up battle compressing the second battle compressor just so I didn't draw it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you get it early, obviously you might like send 3 different supporters to the yard, and that's fine. We're running 3 Ultra Balls. That should be, that's about right for the number of supporters we got. You could probably inch in a 4th, but I did just fine with 3. 3 was pretty good. My A-Spec is Scoop Up Cyclone because it's just, it's a guaranteed heads coin flip super scoop up. It recovers all the things attached to the mon as well. It just brings everything back to your hand. I think it's a lot more practical than Computer Search in the deck, frankly, because I think Computer Search is mostly just a glorified Ultra Ball in this deck. But we're also running 3 Super Scoop Ups, just regular old Super Scoop Ups. For all the obvious reasons, pretty much everything in the deck wants to be Super Scoop Upped. We have 4 Muscle Bands. These help block Headringers too, so I play them down as soon as I can. In a pinch, you can't even put it on Crobat and deal some damage to the active Pokemon that way. We got 1 Super Rod to bring back our basic water energies and put bats back in if you have to Ultra Ball them or you end up getting forced to Sycamore him away. And it's a great way to stuff him back in the deck for further uses and keep from getting kind of slowed down from your bat plays that way. We ran 1 town map so we could cherry pick versus seekers and bats from our prizes, which turned out to be really nice. And our stadium to partially counter other stadiums, but also just because Seismitoad slows people down so much. Rough Seas is really nice because it keeps your Toad in the game longer. This was just fantastic for me. This card really put in a lot of work. It bought me extra turns against a lot of decks. Gave me a tremendous amount of longevity and control. I have nothing but praise for this card. This was a really good match for the deck. Not everybody uses this in every build I've seen, but I definitely recommend it myself. And as far as the energies go, we were running 4 DCE because it's pretty straightforward for this deck. It's your energy of choice. And we do also have 4 waters because it helps out against H/Slash, and it's just more energy because 4 DCEs really isn't enough in my mind. And it can also lead to grenade hammers if you need to finish things up and stuff like that there. So anyway, that's the deck. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe, check me out on Twitter. Link is below, and I will see you next time.